A very warm welcome to you at home. I am Musam Khalipi and this is Afroshow Biz News, the show that keeps you in the know about all things art and entertainment from around the African continent. Now, to keep in touch, feel free to email us at afroshowbiznews@sabc.co.za. Also follow us on Twitter. Our handle is @AfroshowBizNews. But first up, today's headlines. A Nigerian artist is creating spectacular artworks by using an unusual medium to make art pieces that are growing the scope for innovation in the Nigerian art scene. This year's Caroga Festival attracts thousands of revelers from different parts of the globe. And a local Rastafarian musician is serenading visitors with his rhythmic reggae beats in Ghana's capital, Labadi Beach. A Nigerian artist, Adeoje Adetunji, is creating spectacular artworks by using an unusual medium to make art pieces that are growing the scope for innovation in the Nigerian art scene. Toothpick art is already blowing minds around the world. Adetunji hopes this form of art can find root in the whole of Africa too. Let's have a look.
Adoy has transformed his front yard into an art studio. He uses ordinary household toothpicks to create multi-dimensional pieces. With his unique skills, he is able to create what appears to be a house and other art pieces.
This is just a simple piece, a hot, possibly double-decker kind of. It's just to save time. I just have to do this. Instead of using toothpick for the layer, I had to use also called now the coconut, the fur coconut. I had to just take it off and put it all around. And the reason why I still have this still messy is because the glue is not dried. When it gets dried, it becomes colorless and it darkens the fur, and there's going to be a better contrast.
Some of his pieces can take up to 6 months to complete, but he needs just a few hours to complete smaller artworks. Adoy makes everything from 3D structures such as buildings and temples to portraits and animal replicas. And his passion for art began from a very young age, but the idea of toothpicks conceptualized 9 years ago when he wanted to try something different. Adoy is the first in Nigeria to use toothpicks as his primary medium, and he had to overcome skepticism from his friends and family. One of his best friends is a local comedian, Umori God's Time, who says he was doubtful about Adoy's choice.
Initially, I thought it was crazy, seriously. We used to yab him and say, guy, come on, look for something else to do. Just do toothpick. This thing will tell you. But seriously, it started making sense, and we had no choice than just encourage him. I really, really appreciate the work. It's awesome.
Despite his success so far, art critics say toothpick art will have a greater impact in the competitive art world if Adoy uses it to address social issues.
The only other issue I might have with his work is if he's able to get away from just creating art for art's sake, which is purely for aesthetic concerns, and having to actually tackle other issues, social issues. I'd like to see that, and I think with that, it would be easy for him to get into major exhibition spaces.
Adoy dreams of opening an art gallery where he can display his pieces. He hopes this will encourage other young artists and provide a platform where they too can share their work with the world.
We now go to Tunisia, where a new art space has opened its doors, focusing its artistic attention to street art, a genre commonly seen on the outskirts of the city's walls. Let's have a look.
Once a factory, this gallery has been transformed into 3 floors of exhibition space. On display is street art, a genre that is gaining ground in Tunis. Also appealing to the eye are large and ornate works of art that adorn the walls in the show space. Gallerist Yours Ben Amma says she wanted to create an area in the center of the city to celebrate this kind of work.
Why downtown? It's because we have an important architectural heritage. It's a pity that people do not benefit from it, and that is abundant. I hope places like this, like the municipal theater, some coffee shops and the restaurants, or the 32 Bis, will be a driving force for people to reclaim downtown.
Tunisia is famed for its street art. Last year, dozens of artists descended on an old town, adorning the walls there with graffiti art in a project known as Neighborhood. And this year, some of the artists who took part in the project have their art displayed at this exhibition. And this is what some of the exhibition visitors had to say about this street art exhibition.
I like the contrast as the street art in the galleries and the art that is usually in the galleries goes out in the streets.
The opening night of the exhibition was graced by the presence of Shuf, who plays on Arabic letters on his creation.
What you're looking at are Arabic letters. I use them and mess them up in my head to get a story that goes beyond the original letters. That's why I sign my work Shuf and not read. The legibility is not something to consider. Sometimes I finish my work and I can't even read it.
The exhibition ends on the 4th of July.
The Pan-African exhibition style towards intersections, negotiating subjects, objects and context is currently showcasing at the Museum Africa in Newtown, Johannesburg till the 30th of June. The aim of the exhibition is to forge relationships between South Africa, its neighboring and distant countries and the African diaspora. Now we have in studio the curator of the exhibition, Tembinkosi Goniwa, to tell us a bit more about what the exhibition is all about. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Musa. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. Now, tell us a bit about what this exhibition is all about.
The exhibition invited different artists from the continent and from the diaspora to put works that speaks about their experiences, about their ideas, about their aspiration, ideas that have to do with politics, with culture, with religion, with social issues, as well as history. So basically, the exhibition brings this work as a way of conversation and engagement of what we think Africa should be or could be.
All right, but then why this idea? How did it all come about? Why did you decide to do this exhibition?
It's one of the ideas I've been toying about, and it was given an opportunity when I was invited by the Ngawula project, Tsepiso Mahlale's project. So I sought to put this exhibition as a way of conversing with artists I've worked with before and other artists I haven't worked with before, just to bring them together and showcase the work. And part of it is because it's during the Africa Month, Africa Day. So we thought it would be important to have an exhibition that converse through artworks as well as reflect on current issues, whether we are talking about the current xenophobic or Afrophobic issues, as well as the Americana, but also to speak of other beautiful things and aesthetic about how we see the world differently.
All right, now Tembinkosi, the exhibition is at Museum Africa. What do you think, these sort of platforms where artists can come and showcase their work means for, for artists, both established and upcoming artists? What do you think these platforms mean for them?
Thank you. Museum Africa is one venue. The exhibition is in 3 venues. One is UNISA Art Gallery in Pretoria. Another one is Hyde Park, Ilovo, the Gordon Institute of Business Science. Museum Africa is a 3rd venue. So different, same artists were scattered, but not the same work in these different venues. So what we hope to achieve is to showcase work of artists who are working within the continent, but also in the diaspora, to give the South African public an opportunity to see new trends, new developments, and what these artists are up to, but also to introduce artists into the South African landscape as well.
All right, now in terms of people that are coming to see the exhibition, what do you hope that they learn or rather take away after seeing the exhibition?
Because the exhibition deals with a number of issues and different works. So people will take things such as the beautiful ways of creating worlds, reflecting on experiences via artworks, visually, paintings, installation, performance art, video work. So it is that, for me, I hope people will see that there are ways in which we respond as well as we create different worlds. So it is that, but also it is the dialogue the exhibition tries to put forward, that we are different people, but also we do have what we call it intersecting points, as well as those diverting points. So my interest is to use the exhibition as a space for a dialogue, for engagement.
Now, Tembinkosi, let's talk about the response from the public. How have people responded to the exhibition since its opening?
So far it has been good, positive, and we've received very interesting feedback. And also people have been exposed to artists and works of people who live in the diaspora, who live in the continent, who don't have an opportunity to show in South Africa. So that has been great, just to create that platform, that exposure. But also we brought artists here who gave talks, who also talk to young artists, to talk to the public. So it has been good in that way, the kind of interactions and also the networks that came out of these kind of engagements.
All right, you mentioned, you know, the youth getting involved in arts. Do you think that enough people are involved in the arts, or do you feel like there's room for growth?
I would say there's happenings, but we can do more. We can do more to encourage young people, but also the general public to attend exhibition, to go to museums, to go to exhibition, to go to galleries, because it's an important space for understanding the way in which people see the world differently. It's like going to a music concert, or it's like going to a theater, and visual art is one of those spaces that are important to speak and also create worlds.
All right, Thembinkosi, thank you so much for joining us on Afroshow Biz News. All the best with your exhibition.
Thank you, Musa, and thank you, audience, as well.
You are most welcome. Okay, now let's take a quick ad break. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Network, a technology news program that also discusses what's trending in social media in and around Africa. MTN has launched its new movie and television streaming service, Front Row. If it's trending, we will find it. That's Network with me, Spumelele Zondi, every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. only on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching Afroshow Biz News. Now, this year's Caroga Festival attracted thousands of revelers from different parts of the globe. The bi-monthly music and arts festival held in Arboretum Gardens in Nairobi, Kenya, celebrated its year anniversary with yet another successful edition. Let's have a look. The 7th edition of the Caroga Festival saw a host of African musicians come together to perform some of their greatest hits. Led by one of Zimbabwe's legendary musician Oliver Mtukudzi, affectionately known as Duku by his fans. Led by one of Zimbabwe's legendary musician Oliver Mtukudzi, affectionately known as Tuku by his fans, the Pan-African Festival was also a combination of activities that set to bring out the best in music, food, fashion and art. Aptly named after the Swahili word meaning mix, the Caroga Festival is a great reflection of Kenya's brilliant and diverse local talent. The name Caroga is also a Kenyan term for having a cookout. The Pan-African Festival attracts a fairly mature crowd who know their music, and the venue in which the festival takes place allows for plenty of space for people to dance and sing along. The festival has also slowly grown to become one of the most respected and attended musical events in Kenya. Previous editions of the festival have seen the Princess of Africa, Yvonne Chaka Chaka, and South Africa's Freshly Ground perform, both of whom brought the house down with incredible live performances of their biggest hits. The Youth Expressions Festival celebrates the creative spirit of the youth and remembers their past while it acknowledges their importance. And what a better way to celebrate the youth as well as remember those who fought for liberation through this unique festival. To talk to us a bit more about the festival, which will take place from the 16th to the 28th of June, is Gogetso Mojela, who's the festival coordinator. Hello, Gogetso. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us what the Youth Expressions Festival is all about.
Okay, so the Youth Festival is a vibrant platform that has been given to the youth to express themselves, be it in drama, in music, in poetry, in dance, in comedy, what have you. Yes, and it will be, as we said, within the South African State Theatre. And the fun thing about it is that unlike, ordinary theatre spaces, we have now also chosen to go with unconventional theatre spaces that have been transformed into performance spaces.
All right. Yes. And then what are you hoping to achieve by hosting this festival, especially now that it's Youth Month?
Yes. Well, the aim of the State Theatre with this festival is to encourage the youth to come through, to utilize the platform, to express themselves, to draw as much as to commemorate the youth of 1976, the way that they stood against the injustices towards them, that they could also use the same amount of energy to express themselves, to utilize the space that is given to them, and just be positive, inspire others as well through that.
All right. Now there are a number of activities that will be in the festival, but take us through maybe briefly about what exactly we can expect from the festival.
Okay, so on the 16th, on Tuesday, we're going to have the launch of the festival. It's going to begin with a march outside the State Theatre at the Applause Square, and it's going to be hosted by the Mahofi Youth Acts, which is usually an act that happens outside the State Theatre every Friday. And then from there on, we're going to have a march, and we're going to have drums, we're going to have a drum workshop, we're going to have ticket giveaways. It's just going to be a fun day.
Sounds
and then
exciting.
bring the little ones as well. We're going to have indigenous games as well. So yeah, there's going to be lots to expect there.
All right, now, Koket, so like the youth faces a lot of challenges, like unemployment, etc. Do you think we still have reason to celebrate Youth Month, though?
We do, and I say this especially because of the group of youth that we're working with at the State Theatre at the moment. They're so hungry. They're so hungry to succeed that they've faced so many challenges to put this festival together. But then their determination made me realize that actually we do have a lot of hope, and I will celebrate knowing that our future is actually in very good hands, especially artistically.
Yeah. Now you mentioned people in the taking part in the festival. Just briefly tell us, are they just people from Gauteng or outside Gauteng?
It's people from everywhere. People who we've got acts from Dr. John Kani with Missing, and we've got The Soil that will be closing off the festival, and then we've got a lot of young people that have been mentored by the festival resident director, who is also the festival director, Mr. Paul Grootboom. So it's literally everyone from everywhere.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Koketo.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome. Former Generations actor Tiki Nxumalo passed away earlier this week. The 65-year-old actor hails from Lemontville in Durban. His big role was on Generations as Sompisi, playing Mam Ruby's mentally ill dad. In the role, Sompisi had viewers captivated with his witty, catchy lines. The 65-year-old actor started his TV career appearing in a TV ad. However, he had been involved in the arts for decades. Actors in the industry have expressed shock to the passing of the legend. The actor was not married and had no children. He leaves behind his siblings. You are still watching Afroshow Biz News. Now, if you've missed any of our shows, be sure to catch them on our YouTube channel by simply searching for Afroshow Biz News. Time now for another ad break. Stay tuned.
Information-hungry viewers stay with SABC News, as issues on the West are different from issues on the East or here in Johannesburg. So it is not surprising that people who follow the news know that there are two things for sure: that anything can happen, and SABC News will tell you when it does. Because we keep the nation fully informed. We are SABC News.
You'd be forgiven for thinking that you are in Jamaica when you visit Ghana's Labadi Beach. A local Rastafarian musician is serenading visitors with his rhythmic reggae beats. Felix Kwashi sings about mostly peace and tolerance. Let's have a look. Set amid tropical gardens is one of Ghana's most beautiful beaches, famous for its pearly waters and good weather, lies Labadi Beach off the coast of Accra. The beach attracts locals and internationals. However, the blue waters are not the only attraction on the beach. Local musician Felix Kwashi Kwevo, also known as Rasta, entertains beach revelers on a daily basis. His music and lyrics are mostly about peace and tolerance. Although now the star has gone solo, his musical career started off as a band.
I was singing by then in the band, and anytime when I'm a smoker, the rest are drinkers. They drink a lot. When they drink that appetizer, they do anything they want. Because of anger, they put me to high key. Instead of my correct key, they put me to high key. And I decided to learn the instrument.
Even though people on the beach enjoy listening to his sounds, Rasta says many have a negative attitude towards Rastafarism. He says some still associate it with marijuana smoking and being uneducated. He is trying to break this stigma by using his music to show people that there is more to this culture than negative stereotypes. He sings about social issues such as HIV, relationships, and life in general.
I'm just like a messenger. I'm giving the people a message. I have a serious song about Ebola, cholera, and HIV. They don't actually help people who have those songs. They only help people who can say rough things, like useless things. The songs all is insult. But the good ones, they don't want to help. But you think that you are Rastaman, who smokes ganja, you are not going to say something nice, we are not going to educate the youth then because we are a ganja smoker. But it's not true. We are the messengers.
Spectators say that they feel Rasta has a unique talent and that he can do so much more than singing along the beach.
I think he's a great talent. It's just a waste of time that he's running around here playing for just a little map. But he's a real great talent. Good voice. Everything's good with him. So I hope you write something positive about him. Yeah. He needs to be more some words than just running around here playing.
On the beach, Rasta has to be quick on his feet as competition is rife, with other musicians battling it out to draw in crowds to make money. The musicians have not been the only attraction on the beach. Snake handlers also roam Labadi Beach, and those brave enough can have a feel at these reptiles. For the light-hearted, horse riding and acrobatics will do the trick. Labadi Pleasure Beach is a wide expanse of sandy beach. It is the busiest beach on Ghana's coast. Most of its entertainment is provided over the holidays and on weekends. Still in the world of music, Sudanese multi-instrumentalist Dafa Ala Ali is trying to make a difference through his music. He's using his beats to bring unity in his home country and to preserve traditional music.
A researcher by profession, but music is his first love. Dafa Ali is entertaining music lovers with his unique sounds. He studied piano in college, but is this flute that made him in the traditional music industry? He says his flute has a special story to tell, and that is what makes him a different musician. Judging by the crowds he pulls when he performs, Dafa's music is appreciated by people from different walks of life.
You know, they enjoy it because we are different, you know. We are different. In anything we are different, in instruments, in melody, in rhythm, in our heart also we are different. We are African, you know.
But what inspired Dafa to venture into traditional music? Well, it is the music's melody and rhythm that appealed to him. He says traditional music in the village is different from traditional music in town. This is because people in villages still stick to their cultural heritage. Different indeed.
You know, music here in Sudan, it is in our blood. If you are a musician, that you are a musician.
And the cherry on top is that Dafa can sing in 4 different Sudanese languages.
It is Youth Month, and what a better way to have a young upcoming artist to play us out. Mark is a new hip-hop artist in pursuit of making a name for himself in the local hip-hop industry. Now, the 24-year-old currently has a single out called Work and Hustle, and he is here to perform for us. But before he does that, we're going to have a quick chat just to find out what he's all about. Hello, Mark, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, hey?
Thank you so much for coming. Tell us a bit about who Mark is and what Mark does.
Well, Mark basically is a rapper who makes hip-hop music to the best of his ability. You know, that's just who I am in summary.
And then how would you describe your sound for those who don't know your music?
I don't really have a sound. I make music within the moment, you know? So basically, if I'm in studio, whatever I feel like at that particular moment is what I'm going to make. You know, it could be electro sounding, it could be house sounding, you know, it could sound like trap, it could sound very musical. You know, it's all about the moment I'm in.
All right. Now, who would you like to work with in the, whether it be local or international music industry?
I definitely like to work with Zonke. You know, I think she's a great singer. I'd love to work with Double HP. I'd also like to work with Zahara. You know, yeah, that's basically the people right now I can think of.
All right. And then, you know, what can we expect from you this year?
Definitely more music, you know, more singles, you know, videos coming out. You know, I got a lot coming, you know.
All right, coming. Are you working with any artists in particular?
On my second single, I'm featuring an artist called Manu. You know, look out for him. He's a great artist. Yeah, that's it. That's all for now.
All right, now, but why did you release a single and not a full album? What is up with that? Are you...
You know, as a new artist, you first kind of like have to prove yourself, you know. Got to kind of keep pulling out singles, and then once you're at the right level, you can now drop the album. Because I don't want to drop an album and then nothing.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. Take it away.
All right, thanks.
Legion, the music, the lifestyle.
Hey, let's go. Tonight. Will be the best time of your life. Hey, we only Georgia, we ballin'. Rubber bands, we stretching. Now you understand, girl. We're the winning team, girl. I gotta work, hustle for that bread. I gotta work, hustle for that bread. Jordan, ballin', rubber band, we stretching. Now you understand, girl. We're the winning team, girl. So I do whatever I can just to stay ahead. Work day in and out just to pay the bread. $1, get a 9 to 5. Cause viral blind, I'm thinking life. It's just my life, what about my dreams? The way I feel and the way I see. I'm thinking Tokyo so what? The way my life looks, gotta be on top of my game. That's why I write poems and these songs. I'm feeling alright with all this work. I take my time. It's gonna be good when I make it mine. Like my cheetah Valerite, yeah, go kasi Valerite. You can find us going all crazy, little baby screaming hooray, hooray. We pray each day. We know we're gonna make it. No more hunger, valley, that's it. Through hard work, we're gonna take it. Tonight will be the best time of your life. Hey, we on the Jordan, we're ballin'. Rubber band, we're stretching. Now you understand, girl. We're the winning team, girl. Hustle for that bread. I gotta work. Hustle for that bread. Jordan, ballin'. Rubber band, we're stretching. Now you understand, girl. We're the winning team, girl. The hustle is an art. I'm painting Mona Lisa, and I'm really working hard, like I'm on.